Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, he says it'll put thousands of people back to work and reduce America's reliance on imported fuel. But critics say Donald Trump is ripping up a series of important protections against global warming. The president's executive order issued today will overturn key parts of Barack Obama's plans to slash carbon emissions, but provide a boost for coal, oil and gas producers. Our Sound Editor Tom Clark is here. So, Tom, what's he put his pen through?
Well, he promised he was going to undo a lot of Barack Obama's anti-fossil fuel regulations, and now he's gone and done it. As we speak, he's in the Oval Office signing that executive order, the America First Energy Policy, or Executive Order on Energy Independence. And it overturns those key green policies. Obama's Climate Action Plan, which set out how America would cut emissions and boost jobs. Gone is a moratorium on coal mining on federal lands. Out goes a restriction on fracking and coal mining, and so too the need to factor in climate impacts in all policy making, something President Obama put in. But while he can order fossil fuels to be at the centre of his energy policy, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to stay there. Before Donald Trump donned his hard hat and vowed to put American energy first, the US was fast coming in from the cold when it came to global warming.
We only get one planet.
President Obama launched a series of initiatives to decarbonise the US economy. Emissions standards designed to phase out America's coal-fired power generation, incentives for renewable energy, and tougher efficiency standards for cars and appliances. His presidency saw some of the steepest falls in emissions in US history, but it had as much to do with changes in America's fortunes as Mr. Obama's policy interventions. US carbon dioxide emissions crashed, first due to the 2008 financial crisis, then stayed low due to the fracking boom. Cleaner, cheaper, locally produced gas is replacing coal. And even since Mr. Trump's inauguration, the fastest growing energy source in America remains renewables. Figures out today reveal 250,000 Americans working in solar power, a 25% increase last year. So will today's orders end that?
This is going to slow us down on federal leadership, but I do not think this is going to slow us down on the transition that our country is now making from fossil fuels to a cleaner economy. And you can see that economically. This is not about philosophy. This is not about some kind of moral imperative to do one thing or another. This is about economics now.
And that's a language Mr. Trump's administration understands.
The action I'm taking today will eliminate federal overreach, restore economic freedom, and allow our companies and our workers to thrive, compete, and succeed on a level playing field for the first time in a long time, fellas. It's been a long time.
But was this the moment that Trump turned America's back on climate change?
It could be, but it could also be the moment they stopped talking about it. The really significant thing about that speech that we just saw, that was 10 minutes ago, he was delivering the speech, he didn't mention climate change. The rhetoric against it that was so prominent during the campaign has gone. They're talking now about jobs, about energy jobs and job creation from boosting fossil fuels. But they're not mentioning, a significant say also, they didn't pull out of the Paris Climate Agreement. There were many people who were expecting that to say. That hasn't happened. So could this mean America's turning its back on climate change? It doesn't care, in which case that's bad news. That's bad news for the planet, that's bad news for global climate agreements. Or could it mean it's so politically toxic to Republicans, but they know it's not going to go away, they're just going to ignore it and let states and clean energy companies keep doing what they're doing. America's economy will get greener, it just won't need federal approval.
Tom Clark?
I've been getting